Hello, I'm Gary Foreman, founder and editor of thedollarstretcher.com, where we help you live better for less. Most of us have noticed that the internet has allowed a new class of businesses to come about, something called the sharing economy. And it's estimated to be $3.5 billion in the last year. You find people renting out a single spare bedroom for a mini bed and breakfast. Bicycles, taxi cabs, a number of industries are being affected. Today we have with us Rajul Sapardi, co-founder and CEO of FlightCar.com, and they have a very interesting business model that allows you to rent your car to other people while you're out of town. Rajul, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
And please tell us a little bit about FlightCar, because I'm sure it's going to be a concept that a lot of people have not heard of before.
Yeah, so FlightCar is the world's first peer-to-peer car sharing company to operate at the airport. We give vehicle owners free airport parking by renting out their cars to other incoming travelers, and each rental is insured up to $1 million. So we give you free airport parking, we wash your car, we vacuum your car, regardless of whether your car is rented or not, and if your car is rented, you'll even make some money.
And then now, I'm an old car guy myself. What kind of screening do you do of the kind of drivers who are likely to get behind the wheel of my car while I'm gone?
Yeah, so we run a motor vehicle records check. So we check your driving history for the last 3 years. We make sure you have no more than 2 minor violations and not a single major violation. Major violations are things like DUIs. So obviously, if you have any of those, we won't rent to you. But minor violations can be not wearing a seatbelt, going 5 miles an hour over the speed limit. So no more than 2 of those in the last 3 years.
And so I should be pretty comfortable. Now, the insurance, do I understand that your insurance is primary? So if there were to be an accident, your insurance would cover it rather than mine?
For owners, yes, it is primary. If you're an owner, we will cover you up primary, of course, up to $1 million in liability. We also cover any collision damage to the car, anything like that. And then we also cover any mechanical damage to the car that is a result of abuse by the renter.
Mm-hmm. Now, if I'm gone for, say, about a week on a business trip or a vacation, between not paying for airport parking and what I would receive from renting the car, roughly how much could I save during that week?
So on average, parking is about $18 a day. So for 7 days, you'd be saving $126 in parking. And say your car is rented for 5 of the 7 days, you'd be making on average roughly $30 for those 5 days. So your total parking and savings combined with FlightCar, the total value would be about $156 over the course of that week.
Well, I might pay for a good portion of my flight to or from my vacation destination. And that now for people that want to rent the car, first of all, do you take reservations?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, you have to go to FlightCar.com, click on Rent a Car, and the booking process is very much like what it is with any of the other major rental chains, or you can, of course, call 1-866-FlightCar.
And now, again, because you have to check them out ahead of time, I assume this is something that I can't show up in the airport and put my credit card and driver's license on the counter and get served right then, correct?
That's correct. Although if you are at the airport and you want to rent last minute, you can call in, and we can actually help you out. Most DMVs, actually, the turnaround is about 30 seconds for us to check your driving history.
Oh, fantastic! And now how much can people save by renting from FlightCar?
Yeah, so we're on average between 20 and 50% cheaper than the other car rental chains. Roughly 20% cheaper than companies like Fox, Rent a Car, Payless, or Advantage, and then about 50%, so half the price of the larger chains like Hertz, Avis, Enterprise, Budget, Dollar.
You know, that's a good amount. Pretty much a full range of cars available.
Yeah, we get everything from smart cars to F-150s to Porsches to BMWs to Camrys. You know, you name it, we've probably had it at some point.
And then now, are there any mileage restrictions if I rent a car?
Yeah, the mileage restrictions are 90 miles per rental day, and then 35 cents per mile over. But we notice on average renters don't tend to go much over 55 miles or so per day.
And I assume I have to drop it off at the same airport that I took it from.
Yep, the owner definitely wants their car back.
I kind of figured. And then now FlightCar is about a year old at this point. Have there been any surprises since you started it?
Yeah, so we're just over a year old now. when we started this, we knew that this was going to be a business of exceptions. It's a very operationally intensive business, and but you never really know it until you know it. Until we really get down into it and we have all these customers, and we saw there's a lot of things you have to think through, to make sure that you can scale the business well, and some of those definitely surprised us. So it's going through this has been a humbling experience to just realize that starting a business is tough, and especially an operationally intensive business like this. But we have been able to solve a lot of those problems and to be able to grow and scale effectively.
Yeah, well, you're in 3 airports now, correct? San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Boston.
Yep.
And that in a year old, so sounds like you're off to a good start. Any future expansion plans that you'd like to announce?
Yeah, so we're definitely thinking about Seattle sometime down later this year. But after that, it'd be hard to say for me. We're definitely doing some market research and thinking through that.
And that's fantastic. And so if someone wants to put their car in your hands while they're on vacation in the upcoming months, or if they want to rent from you, they should visit flightcar.com. Or what's the toll-free number again?
It's 1-866-FLIGHT-CAR.
That's easy enough. Now, well, Rajul, thanks for inventing a new market segment, which is fascinating, and for spending a little time with our Dollar Stretcher viewers today. We'd like to thank you for watching us, and we ask that you'd subscribe to our YouTube channel, come visit us on the various social media, and visit thedollarstretcher.com, where we're always looking to help you live better for less. We'll see you again soon. Thank you.